We've heard, "You're crazy, you're nuts." These comments are dismissive. It's meant to just say, "Go away, I'm not listening to you, you're not valued as a human being." And quite frankly, we're all probably afraid of mental illness because we don't understand it. If somebody gets a tooth out, we're like, "You got a molar removed, are you okay?" But if somebody struggles and feels like they're in a nightmare all their lives, or feels alienated or isolated, and they can't quite grasp some of culture, some of little society's innuendos, or they're not quite acceptable, that hurts even more because there's a certain loneliness and rejection they carry with them all their lives, and even a stigma or a label. So what is mental illness? Let's start with sanity. What is sanity? The understanding of a culture, the understanding of the reality around a person. Mental illness comes in a lot of different signs. It's like anger, but a lot of us have been through it. Like 1 out of every 20 of us, in fact all of us, have experienced signs of mental illness. So according to Dr. Hicks, published a book in 2005, 50 signs of mental illness. I'm just going to give you a few. Anger. Yeah, I've been there. Appetite disturbances. Obsessions. Yeah. Delusions. Disassociation. Oh yeah. Fears. All of us. Hyperactivity. Mood swings. Yeah. Self-mutilation. Can't say that I've been there, but I know people who have. Sleep problems. Stress. Yeah, which one of us don't have that? Suicidal thoughts. Can't say I've been there seriously, but yeah, I mean, we all kind of think, "Oh, I'd love to get out of this." But we don't act on it. Or trauma. And a lot of us have had these kind of serious offenses against us, especially as children. Those are signs, so every one of us experiences them, but in mental illness, it's prolonged, like over months, years, or a lifetime, and it makes it difficult to function every day. Like nobody wants to feel crazy, or nobody wants anybody to think that they're crazy, because then they're no longer a human being. Nobody values their opinions, everybody dismisses them, and just thinks everything they say is fluffy and feathery and not worth anything. Well, that's not true. Some of the main signs of mental illness are anxiety, fears, and an antisocial behavior. Just a fear of just wanting to stay inside and kind of curl up on a couch or bed and just be alone. What kind of types? According to Dr. Wiley, who published a book in 2010, obsessive-compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, addictions, bipolar, schizophrenia, dementia. I'm sure all of us know somebody, because 1 out of every 5 of us has it, has some sort of symptoms, prolonged symptoms. I'm going to give you 4 ways to cope with it, and not just if you have mental illness, but also if you know somebody, especially somebody close to you that you live with on a daily basis. First, take care of your needs. So eat a well-balanced diet, like fruits, vegetables, different kinds of meats, different kind of carbohydrates. Don't be afraid of a little bit of fat. Get sleep. Like you need like 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Exercise, enough water every day. Then, number 2, seek help. Like, let the secrets out, because there's people in the world who understand. They're like, "You're going through that? I'm going through that." Like, the more we pretend, the more we put on a show, and the more the pain just stays inside, and we don't get help, and the problems just get bigger and bigger. Because there's people out there that want to be your friend. There's people out there that are really looking for you, and are really looking to relate. And number 3, love with boundaries. Okay, persons with mental illness understand love. Like, even if it's just to look at them and listen and smile and nod. Or we don't have to always have speech. Even if it's just to come by and visit them once in a while, or invite them out for coffee once in a while and get to know them, because they all are created in the image and likeness of God, and all of us have dreams and visions and things we'd like to do. We all have a purpose in life that God wants us to accomplish before we go. And so we love them unconditionally, and we love them with boundaries. So we have high expectations for them, the same expectations as anybody else. And we say, "Well, you know, that hurt my feelings, try this next time." Or we say, "I feel this way," and then we tell them, "Next time I want you to act this way." And they might need that reminder every day of their life. And that's just our challenge. That they may never get it. They may never get common sense knocked into them. We just constantly remind them and let them know, and they try their best. And we hope that they try their best because that's what we expect out of them. And people rise to those expectations. Number 4, we have a loving God. We come to Him in prayer, any kind of higher power. I mean, I've studied Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism. How Christianity seems to be different is it has an intimate relationship with a loving, living God, a God who manifested Himself as a human being and would rather die than live without us. He wants us to converse with Him in prayer every day. He wants us to live in His presence every minute of the day. And you know, when we do that, we're no longer lonely. When we do that, we can get His grace and His mercy and His forgiveness and His unconditional love. And we can have value ourselves. In Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5, He promises never to leave us or forsake us. We're never alone. We always have someone's help. He wants us to choose to use our minds to also think positively. To, instead of thinking, oh, why me? We could think, today's going to be okay, and I'm going to be okay, and I'm going to get through this. Or even this minute is going to be okay. We can look for the positives in our loved ones because they have a lot of great things to say. And sometimes it's not in what they say, sometimes it's in the feeling they give you. You know they love you, you know they want to be with you, and you look for their facial features, you look for their body language. I knew a lady who had dementia, and I just held her hand and sang to her, sang songs that she knew, and talked to her, and if she said something that didn't make sense, I would do my best to say something in her world or my world, or let her know that, oh, okay, just nod and smile. And there was a time in the 20th century that we institutionalized persons with severe mental illness, but we're in a more inclusive society now, and there may be if there's a lack of funds, then, or a lack of education, we may still want to just make them go away because we can't handle them. Or maybe they don't have any family members anymore that care about them. But they are still our brothers and sisters in humanity and our brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. And we need to show them the utmost love. And they will respond to that and they will rise to the occasion. So we love our brothers and sisters who struggle in the mind. And we know that they're just like any one of us, and we just accept, God, I don't understand it, but you're going to help me through today. You're going to help me through this minute, and you're going to help me to just smile and nod and show them that they have a ton of value. In fact, they're as valuable as any one of us.